Okay.
You are watching this on LatinWaysMedia.com. I am Sylvia Richardson. I'm the host of Latin Ways Media. And Latin Ways is a radio show that airs from coast to coast in Canada and the US. It's a show about community. And we're very happy to be at the People's Social Forum. We are live with Shannon Chief. She is a member of the Algonquin Nation of Ottowa River Watershed. Thank you so much for being with us today. Now, we are in unceded territory. Would you like to begin with a greeting to the people of this territory?
Ottowa has been, it's basically under the Algonquin, not the Algonquin, but Anishnabe, it's all Anishnabe unceded territory. The land of the Anishinaabe people is much more vast. It's much more vast, where it surrounds all the 11 communities of our people.
Beautiful. But that self-locate us, it tells us where we are. Can we maybe begin by talking a little bit about your Kidakinan campaign? This is Our Land campaign, which is now underway.
It's underway. It just started today. The elders have all agreed, because we usually ask the elders first what are their point of view to getting something going as a national movement, to be joined collectively with the other First Nations across Canada. And they came up with the name Kidikinan. It means this is our land. So this is the campaign that's going to start going soon. The grandmothers today, they went around 6 different assemblies, the World Social Assembly, the Immigration Assembly, and all these other different ones. And they all give the message about the land, where it comes from. They gave a little bit of the message of the land, what's going on currently, the log cutting, the need for water, the need to protect the water, the need to protect the land, the need to protect the animals and the birds, and to consider our children's future and the future generations.
When I was thinking about the powwow today, there was a song that was about healing, and so much I think of the healing that we need is spiritual healing, to be able to remember who we are, to remember that we are water, that we are earth, that we are, the 4 elements, and that we can separate from that. How has the actions of companies that come and clear cut the forest impacted the culture and the health of the people in the Algonquin territory?
Well, that question would have to go far back, beginning to the colonial times. A lot of our people has been diverse to a different way of living. We were told that we have to live a certain way. We have to educate our children like they do. We have to teach them the language they do. They have to go to the schools that they do, what they teach. That it's like trying to bring the 2 rural wampum into one, where they are the ones in charge of everything. Giving all the decisions of what's going to be for our people. So we have sort of followed that way for all this time, being assimilated, being Christianized and everything. We ate their food, and as the years went on, the food started changing and everything, and this got our people sick. They had diabetes and things like that, and it changed our lifestyle. There was a big impact on our people's lives since everything came to be from the beginning of the settlers when they first came. Our language has came down to a little, where it's only the elders that speak, or people my age that speak. A lot of our Algonquin communities who we are really are Anishnabe people, but we were named Algonquin people because that was the way how to separate all the Anishnaabe family that are from Manitoba and as far as Quebec and all that. So they call us different, like Ottowa people are the ones that live here, Algonquin lives over here. So that's how they're able to differentiate the people. So when I say Algonquin, that they know where I am. If I say Anishnabe, then it includes everybody. So when I say the Algonquin, right now we're just using the term of for what we're doing out on the land, because people are still in that mindset of being living in the system. So we called it for now as the Algonquin Nation of the Ottowa River Watershed. So right away your mind tells you, okay, here's the Ottowa River and there's the watershed. There's all the waters that go all the way up this way, and this is where all our people are living. When you think about the earlier times and all that, once the people came here in Ottawa to settle in, Ottawa is an Algonquin name. It's called, what it is Adawe, a place of sell and trade. So this is how it came to be here, Ottawa being here. It was a place of sell and trade with the European settlers, and along with the other First Nation communities that, or the tribes back then that lived around the area before things really grew. And now our people are just living in small little communities. We're told that's the only place you have authority, that's the only place you have to do this, you know. All the fundings and all the things that our people have, we're very governed. We are so told, like, if we want to do other things that involve activities outside the land, it's not really allowed to go out there. You have to do it inside the community. So that's how they keep us concentrating on that area. The reserves are basically concentration camps for us to keep living in that mindset that we are being continuously assimilated, continuously, like the genocide is still going on as of today. Today our children are being placed in foster cares just like that. It's also something that has continued on from the residential school to foster care. It's still the same thing, and our children are not learning the language. And we can't teach our language as good anymore because of the assimilation that's going on. So culturally, the lands, the clear cuts and everything are impacting our traditional way of life, because the way we live out in the land, we take what we need. We don't go in there and take and then sell it away. You know, that's not how we live. How we live is that we take our children to the camps. We teach them how to live with nature, and we teach them about the animals and everything, and we teach them about the old ways of how the Anishnabe people used to travel by boats to here. We teach them about the old lessons, the old legends and all that. So culturally, when you think about the land, our language comes from the land. Our constitution comes from the land. The way we communicate, the way we structure ourselves, the animals are the ones that taught us this. This is where our clan system comes from, because the animals are the ones that showed us first how to live on the land. So this is why we have the clan systems of the wolf, the bear, you know, the fish clan, the hoof clan, and all this, you know. They teach us a certain way how the animals used to communicate before Anishnabe came to be on Mother Earth here. So when all the clear cutting that's going on, all the mining and all the everything else that's going on across the country that all our First Nation people are struggling for, it's threatening our way of existing with the land, because we get our true medicines from there. We pick berries, you know, every year. When you look at the year, we have certain times of harvesting and all that is changing to getting groceries at the store. And this is not always our way of life, you know, because Anishnabe people needs the land to survive. Mm-hmm. We need the land to be protected today, and we cannot stand alone doing it. We will need all our people on Turtle Island, because Mother Earth is just basically suffering from everything that's going on, with all to support the economy. And the land is so much more important to be protected other than just focusing on the economy, because the economy is only a path that's headed for the destruction of Mother Earth, and no one is not considering that part. And all this awareness going on at the social forum is also a way of the Indigenous people or First Nation, or what I would say rather to describe us as the original people, because we were here first and this has always been our land, and we're here to teach, we're here to educate, we're here to include people, the settlers or non-natives or all these multicolored cultures that are now in Ottawa, to understand who we are, to make it known that we are making a big campaign for the land, and it's today it has been joined with other First Nation people across the country.
I was thinking about, as you were speaking, I can hear in you, you know, there's a certain pain, you know, I mean, when we have something precious that that you love. I was telling some friends about my own story, you know, how I grew up in a small country, El Salvador, and the Rio Lempa is like this majestic river. When we were children, it was like this beautiful site for sacred ceremonies, you know, and you had to take a boat to get across because there was so much water. You'd drown if you tried to swim across, right? And this April when I visited, the river was almost gone, you know, and you can't take that back. Like, you know, no amount of compensation, no amount of money can bring that back, you know. And so when we hear people saying, you know, the river is the blood in our veins, is the blood of the earth, you know, it's not a metaphor, you know. We can't live without water, you know. But you can make a lot of money, but you still need water to survive. Doesn't matter who you are, you still need water, you still need food. Yeah. So this campaign, Kidakinan, you know, it's a beautiful campaign in a way that embraces everyone in every struggle. Because whether it's, you know, clear-cutting forest in Algonquin territory or in Anishnabe territory, or whether it's, you know, pipelines through Coast Salish territory, you know, the urgency is the same. You know,
yeah, exactly.
we need to change this mindset from a money economy to a wealth economy that incorporates a living economy, you know, the living economy of nature, the living economy of you and I, you know, because we're also part of nature.
Yeah.
So how do people who are attuned to the, you know, the urgency of this moment, and who are, you know, we always say in Aymara there is no word for rights. You know, we don't say you have the right to do this. There is a word for responsibility, you know, the ability to respond. So for all the people who are listening, who answer this call to be allies, you know, to First Original Peoples campaign to protect the land, how do they become involved? How do they become allies in this collective journey?
Well, during the social forum, some of the First Nations that came all the way across Canada were expecting an action plan where we're all going to stand together as one, no matter where they're at. So we were discussing the past couple of days how we're going to go about it and all that. So we waited for our Kukums to get here, so they went around to every assembly to let them know, you know. So a way for them to get involved is we're going to try to as much open up a campaign page. We have a website going on right now, and we're all going to put all our things together in one page. And the kind of things that we're going to start off with is probably just starting off with the sacred fire. It's all going to be on that one page, and we're going to tell the people, you know, okay, well, this is the day we're going to choose. We're going to make a fire. So for that one day, everybody that's across Canada or even in the U.S., but I'd rather say Turtle Island because this is everybody here, will have a date where they will make a fire, so that everything, the way we start things, the way we start doing things, we always start by making a fire. So with that fire, we are collectively getting in tune with the Creator. The Creator always tells us what to do. This is our way of life. So those are just one of the things that we're going to look into. There's a meeting that I need to get to over here, and that's where they're planning all of the actions, the strategy actions that our people can start moving as one, in one mind, one heart collectively.
There are many people who were not able to be present at this People's Social Forum. And to me, the excitement of organizing a People's Social Forum is that it provides us an opportunity to be together, to see each other, to join arms and to recognize who we are and how we support each other, right? How do we listen to each other's stories and support one another. And there's a lot of campaigns that need monetary support because it takes money to launch a campaign. So how do people who are maybe not able to be physically present, and come to the territory and say, here I am, how can I help, and want to maybe support with financial help, how can they do that? Is there a way?
Some of the things that I was thinking about earlier, which I will be sharing with the group that are meeting soon. When you look at Canada and all its provinces, their people can focus on helping the First Nations that are putting up fires or gathering, and the other ones could look at all their own, you know what I mean? When somebody starts something, automatically people just come in and help. They bring food, they bring their camera people, they bring students that are really willing to write stories and all that. It's just a matter of somebody beginning first, starting with an action first, and everybody just follows. And that's just how I see unity going. So when we do get home, we're still this just began. So I cannot really go ahead and say what's going to happen, how the plans are going to be. But
well, let me ask you this then. In one of our workshops, we were thinking about, we've been thinking about what a People's Social Forum could be, right? And for me, it was this idea of a beautiful space for co-creation, where we come together and we imagine things that haven't yet been imagined, and we think about things that we haven't thought of yet, and how do we unite? Because unity, I think, is the key of all peoples. If we as people see each other as having the inherent value of being, sacred beings, because we're all made by the Creator, so we're all, we're all sacred, and we all have a right to have clean water, to have food, to have the things that are essential for our bodies. So we were thinking, well, what would that movement be like, and if we were to give it a symbol, and that symbol were an animal or a plant, what would it be, And so I want to ask you, because when I asked my partner, he says, it will be a beautiful giant turtle, because the turtle is ancient and they remember, they're also gentle, and they're gentle to react. They're not reactive. They take time, and they're wise, and that would be, what our movement ought to be, right? And when I asked Linda, she says, it will be ants, because ants are always, busy, and they only take tiny bits, and they're never too destructive, and they all work together and weave this beautiful, enterprise, right? And for you?
I would have to say it would have to be the turtle.
Yeah.
Because automatically right there, everybody knows it's Turtle Island, So I know there's a lot of things going on in the other countries and all that, but right now our people that are living here have that duty to stand together as one to protect Mother Earth, especially the ones in the area of the Turtle Island.
Thank you so much for doing the interview today, and thank you for watching this video. Please stay tuned and go to latinvoicemedia.com for more information on this campaign. We will be posting updates as things develop. Thank you very much for watching.
Yes.
You're listening to Sylvia Richardson and Shannon Chief. Thank you so much. Miigwech.
Yes.